So the idea there is that knowledge is power.
Yeah.
That's Francis Bacon's kind of science.
And I think it's that statement
I think
that
Descartes, actually.
I think it's that statement that the knowledge is power is exactly what's going to be the theme of this movie District 9, because we're going into this. We're going into this. We haven't seen it yet. We just saw the previews online, but I haven't seen any online leaks or reviews. So it's like a blank slate.
Yeah.
But why would they keep the concept is that the plot is they're keeping these aliens there hostage, and I think we're talking about technology and science. It seems to me why would we do that? Yeah, they have goodsies that we don't know. They're hovering. How the hell do we do that? We want to know. Knowledge is power. It's exactly what you're talking about earlier.
Right.
But it's a different spin. Like you were talking about earlier. Most movies, the humans aren't
in power.
In the position of power and dominating and kind of putting the other aliens as hostage. It's usually reverse because people like the underdog story. But this is it's a new spin. Do you think it's the right kind of the right approach at this kind of time because we've seen everything else almost? Or?
Yeah. Well, I love film and cinema in general, and it's always good to see a movie that's taken an old theme but made it even better.
Yeah.
Like these aliens aren't the kind of aliens that people like the Greys. These tall, skinny, sort of almost disembodied, cranial. Just huge heads and these skinny little bodies.
Yeah.
But these things look more like cockroaches or insects.
Yeah.
So it's more of like the alien as that aspect of nature that we totally despise.
That's right. I think it could be exemplified in the movie Starship Troopers. Those aliens were actually giant bugs.
Yeah.
So
it's been known before. Yeah.
So if you tone that down, combine it with the little weak humanoid figure, you have this like humanoid bug kind of thing, which has this weird moving around. It has a foreign alien feel to it, doesn't it? They don't move like us, but they are not quite,
Yeah, we're definitely prejudging these aliens. We've only seen a trailer. We don't know the intricacies of their psyches. So I guess that's just racial profiling on our part.
They do have that. This scene where he's being interrogated, and
he's like, "We just want to go home."
Yeah, they have a translator, but he's very, the way even his language is like, is a very.
Well, he was moving all these different parts.
Yeah.
But obviously they have language. Well, I guess that's what if an alien organism is called intelligent, it would be because it has language, right?
Yeah, I think it's just a new dimension that humans, because we have access to it, we can recognize it immediately in other beings. Like we don't. I mean, animals have some kind of language.
Recognize it? Maybe we can't.
Yeah, I'm saying that animals can have certain kinds of language, but we have like what we're doing right now is in some way different, same, but really different. And I think if aliens or other people had different language, we would be able to detect that something's going on there. We just don't understand it yet. There's a communication process going on.
I agree. But it's like it seems though that many other animals besides humans could communicate. And maybe like the way we relate to dolphins right now.
That's right.
It maybe could develop into a far more intimate relationship where we actually begin to share and understand one another's languages. It seems that the dolphin's language in its own domain is very complex. They've got names for one another, and they play games with each other, and so it's a very high degree of communicative behavior. We just don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, another smart mammal is apes, obviously, or chimpanzees, and they have been doing some, I think it was actually a gorilla, some kind of understanding of sign symbols. And
they can use computer systems and everything, and learn all these different symbol languages. Noam Chomsky is a famous researcher that says that's not language. They're not really doing it. They're just mimicking.
You think?
That's what he
says. That's just what he says. Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's untrue. I mean, I mentioned Descartes before. I think I was praising him then for his scientific method of actually sort of allowing us to reframe experience by recognizing the I think, which is when you think about the world, you resituate yourself in the world. So thinking isn't just this disembodied. I mean, though we say that Descartes created this dualism, it's disembodied mind, but if you interpret Descartes as just saying, disidentify with everything, and you arrive at a new perspective which you hadn't known existed yet.
Yeah.
And that's the scientific method, you know.
I think Bob Keegan calls that transcendence. That's his definition of transcendence.
Yeah, but it's like it's a continual thing, you know. You don't actually step out of the world when you do that. You just recognize a pattern, a relationship that exists from a new angle, and see it in a new light.
Yeah.
And you know, doing that is just constantly resituating your experience.
Yeah.
And I forgot why I started talking about Descartes.
Okay, well, but
because I wanted to criticize him, I think, because he also created this sense that the body and that all of nature is a machine. And what that does is it takes the I think too seriously, and it reifies it into a separate ego that thinks, that has thoughts. There is thinking, but there isn't a haver of thoughts.
Yes.
I would say thinking is itself, you know.